On our way home back to Ontario. Feels like I'm on another planet today. Back to Guelph from Georgian Downs. You know, every so often you just go somewhere as a driver. I'll pull in somewhere. You just know. Something's not up. You're going to have a bad day. You just know it. I knew it. I warmed up crew chief. He wasn't the same. He wasn't sharp. He felt a little rickety. Just didn't have a good week. Maybe he's a little sick. Maybe he tied up. I don't know. I really don't know. Laugh Now warmed him up. Same thing. He felt like he had a little pop, but not like last week. Last week he felt like his old self. They just weren't good tonight. Was it the weather? Was it something that went on this week? I don't know. I really don't know. And to be honest, you know, we have 12 horses in the sale tomorrow. 5 of them are racing today. And anytime I race a horse before a sale, it always ends the same. The horse races like shit. Every time. Like crew chief, I thought he'd be 1-2 tonight, shot 59. Good mile, because he's a decent colt. Nope, he ran. Or no, he didn't run, he just raced terrible. Got on the right line, finished up poorly. I even got to run into somebody, so that was cool. Went inside a bunch of pylons, was set back. Traffic Citation, my own horse. You know, there's a little wind at our back coming to the half, but really, I didn't feel like we were getting there 56-3. I thought 28 and a piece, 57-4, 58. I was off by quite a bit. And they just inhaled her. Yeah, she's just a claimer. And you know, when you're racing okay horses, you don't get that grace, right? You make an error like that, it's going to cost you big time. A good horse will overcome, a bad horse won't. That's just the way it is. So Traffic Citation, you know she's in the sale tomorrow. She's an okay horse. I drove her bad. And I did it a couple of times tonight. First race I was in with that kid's horse, the pacer in the first race, the drive I had, you know, you're sitting in the 2-hole in a short field. Horse on the front looks a little weak-ish. Horse coming first over is the one to beat. The one on his back's the other one to beat. I'm thinking I would rather get beat fair and square than get locked in. And I moved him, and that was just stupid. I shouldn't have. It was a bad drive to start the night off. The whole day set up that way, right? We had a lot of horses that could do good. Some horses that likely wouldn't. No, he's not Stonebridge Simba's fault. He had the rail in the open. He's not an open trotter. Of course he's not going to race that good. Finished 6th. He's the 7th best horse in the race and finished 6th. Did the best he could. High Gear No Fear. Of course, 6-5. Makes a break in the first turn. Of course he would. Crew Chief raced poorly. Running in. Traffic Citation. I drove poorly. Finished 3rd. And then you go to Laugh Now. I'm watching the favorite run leaving the gate. Now I'm thinking I'm in straight up defense. Keep him trotting. The only one that can beat is on the run. Let Bob go to the front. Sit in behind him. Tyler Boris leaving. Sit. And then attack at an appropriate time. Nope. 2 steps into the turn, he explodes. This horse never runs there. He run leaving the gate a couple of times, once on James, once on me, but never in the mile. I don't think he's ever made a break. Completely threw me for a loop, but not really after the start of the night. You know, it's the old saying, when it rains, it pours. Well, it poured in a bad night tonight. But we did have some good luck today. Obviously, a lot of concern swirling around Taiwan on, right? There's a filly that we had such high hopes for that just looked like a killer in Ontario. Took her to the Meadows. I drove her. She raced poorly, finished 4th, and then raced very poorly for Dave Pallone in an overnight. Sent her down to Scotty to race her in Philadelphia. She raced horribly. A lot of people over those 3 weeks sending emails. Got to get her home. Got to do this. Got to do that. You know, that fast mile in Ontario kinked her. Let's be clear, and I went over this in a couple of videos, and there's not a problem. These are all fair questions for people that are concerned about a horse. First off, as I told everybody, you're not kinking a horse that's ready to trot. You're not kinking. That mile 53 didn't kink her. That was pretty clear and evident tonight. The filly had a breathing issue. She had an ulcer. They were trying to treat it. Couldn't get it treated properly. Clearly couldn't get it treated properly heading into Philadelphia. But, you know, call a spade a spade. Megan Schramm and Scott Zeron did an incredible job. One, not even shocked about the drive. Scott Zeron's a world-class driver through and through. There's no two ways about that. And Megan Schramm, clearly these are sharp horse people, because the job they just did on that filly was very, very impressive. And I told her so. Great job. You know, keep in mind, it's not lost on me that we don't have an affiliate trainer on the East Coast. We don't have a go-to person for our horses on the East Coast. I don't know how much work they can do. I don't know how many horses they can take on, but we got some horses that might be headed their way. I know one he'd love to have. One he'd really love to have. The little brother to the one that beat Taiwan tonight. Taiwan, you guys may have been lost in the excitement of the race, but the winner of that race, Mon Cheval, who beat Taiwan at the wire, that's the older sister of Brace for Landing. So, not shocking. It's a great family. So, a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Listen, when okay horses have a bad night, look poor, that happens. That's what happens when you're racing horses like that, right? But when you have elite, good horses, they'll always bounce back. They'll always come out swinging again. And that was pretty evident tonight with Taiwan. She was incredible. Will to Win Hanover raced good. That horse looked like a well-meant winner on the front end tonight. Chalky, did you say Chalky? Looked incredible. Will to Win Hanover, a little bumpy in the corners at times, but still, trying to 55 in a piece. That's what she can do right now. Decent filly, lots of upside, tons of upside, and the biggest amount of upside doesn't even come on the racetrack. It's a full sister to Crystal Fashion. We all know that. So there's certainly no concerns with Will to Win Hanover. Happy to take the deuce. Thank you very much. She raced good. We'll race another day. And then, yes, went out and finished fourth. Now, I'll be honest, I am looking at a horse or two tomorrow on the preferred sale. You know, you guys are starting, I think most of you are starting to understand now. I'm getting emails from new people that have heard me drone on about what we're trying to do and how we're trying to achieve it. And they understand why some of these horses are up for sale. I don't have a problem with Laugh Now. So would he had a bad night. It's a nice little horse. He had a bad night. Crew Chief, that wasn't Crew Chief. Crew Chief jogged in his first start in 2 minutes and absolutely jogged. Raced good last week. That wasn't Crew Chief. He had a bad night. It's just a real bad night. It was like him and Laugh Now had a little chuckle and had a bonfire of supposed potential money they just burnt in the infield of Georgian Downs tonight. They're not bad horses. They just had a bad night. But when okay horses have a bad night, they look dreadful. That's the easiest way to put it. So, regardless of what takes place tomorrow, I'm going to turn the page. It is what it is. But I am looking at one really nice trotter tomorrow. A lot of people asking, Anthony, you're selling a lot. You said you might buy one. Is there one or two? There is one for sure that I'm looking at tomorrow. Maybe two. So I'm going to keep a close eye on the sale. If you guys want to know which horse it is, drop me a line. I'm here. You can ask the question, which horse is it? I'm happy to tell you. Very interested in this horse. This horse will fit in very good with us. I got a plan over the next week. We know there's an open trotter going to Lexington. That's going to happen. I got a pretty good idea which one it's going to be and how it's going to take place, but a lot will hinge on what takes place tomorrow. So, listen, that's the way it is. Our good horses raced good today. Taiwan was incredible. Will to Win Hanover was pretty good. Yes was okay. Stormbridge Simba did everything he could, and some unfortunate breaks from Laugh Now and High Gear No Fear. A poor race from Crew Chief. Hey, I had a bad night tonight too. I drove at least two horses badly. That happens. So, turn the page on today, move on to tomorrow. Not a big day for us tomorrow. We got some horses to sell, I don't care. The biggest part of tomorrow comes at Mohawk. We got some dandies in tomorrow. Mon Cheval's little brother is making his first start tomorrow. I'm going to go home, map out my week. My week so far looks like this. Tomorrow at Mohawk. Tuesday, I'm going to try and jam 3 days of rest into one day. Wednesday, I'm going to race Steve's horse, Steve and Jeff Ruck's horse at the Meadows. Then I'm going to go and race horses Wednesday evening. Now, we have Magical Tom racing against What a Mission. We have Real Fear racing against Victor Cruz on Wednesday also. Thursday, hold the phone here. Thursday, I'm going to try and jam in a qualifier, but I do have, pay attention, our 2-year-old fillies are going to race in their first start in the pop-up series. Sister Solange and Leaps and Bounds will race. I believe the fillies go first on Thursday. If by chance I can, I'm going to try and make it back to Mohawk, because we may have a couple of 2-year-olds in at Mohawk on Thursday also. But then I'm gone a little bit. Friday, Fashion Presidente and Austral Hanover will make their 2022, their lifetime debuts at the Meadows. We'll have a little bit of work to do that day, I believe. I think I'm missing a horse. Saturday, I'm going to try and be back here. I'd like to see Ollie play baseball. And then I'm going to fly to Kentucky. Sunday morning. Sunday, I believe we have Una Madonna and, whoever we have. Una Madonna will be racing. Unbeatable Kemp, Blue Bayou Dio, Walk on the Moon will be down there and racing. An open trotter. I'm sending an open trotter down. I'll know which one in the next day or so. By 3 p.m. tomorrow, I'll know. And possibly one more horse. So Jason Robinson will be receiving no less than 4, no more than 6 horses from the stable.ca. They'll be heading to Oak Grove, Kentucky on Friday morning. Why Friday? Why short? I'm going to tell you why. Because it's 37 degrees all week in Kentucky, 29 degrees Celsius on Friday. Friday morning, they will leave Ontario for Oak Grove. They're going down short? Yes. But I will take a short layover before a race over 37 degrees in the heat. That's what I will do. So with that, I'll let you guys go. As I said, we'll turn the page for tonight in Georgian Downs. It happened. It's done. No point crying over spilt milk. We'll move on. Bigger and better things ahead. Take care.